Okay, the press up. A lot of people detest this exercise. It really doesn't have to be that bad. There are various options you can take. So I'm going to teach you through the 3 progressions for the press up, and we're not going to do anything more advanced than just the press up on your toes. So what I want you to look at is, if you're a complete beginner, I'm going to show you this sideways on. I want your knees directly under your hips to start with, and you're going to just start off here with your hands under your shoulders, and then I want you to take your arms out wide. But I don't want you to have your hands any further forward than your chest. So hands in line with chest, but wider than shoulders. You're going to look down at the floor, and I want you to make a triangle between your hands and your nose. So you're going to bring your nose down to the floor, keeping the tummy muscles pulled in. Bring the nose down, push back up. Every time you push up, try to avoid locking out the elbows, okay? So just keep them with a little bend in them, nose down and come up. So this is your box press up. You're literally just bending from the waist, coming up and down. Now, often when I see complete beginners doing the press up, they have their hands out too far and they kind of bring their nose down here, sometimes even behind their hands, or at best level with their hands. But really this isn't actually going to work your triceps. We're trying to really hit the bingo wings here and your chest. If you're here, it's not actually working that muscle, okay? So just remember, nose is always in front of your hands. Now if they're too easy for you, you can come a little bit further forward. You can see now that my hips are forward of my knees. Hands are still really nice and wide. If you actually have the hands more narrow, that makes it harder. So I'm not trying to give you a harder option by having the hands wider, it's actually making it easier for you. So with the hands wide, you're aiming to come down. Each time you're doing the press up, just let me show you from the front. With those hands nice and wide, you pretty much got a right angle at your elbows there. That's how wide I want your arms. And then you're bringing your nose down, but trying not to touch your whole body to the floor, okay? So you're coming down here, body stays parallel to the floor. Now, for those of you who can manage, I'd really like you to try and come up to a full press up, which is press up on your toes. You're still going to have the arms nice and wide, still going to have your tummy contracted, and you're looking to get your whole body just moving parallel to the floor, up and down, without any movement in your hips. So let me just show you that. So I'm going to take my arms wide, I'm going to come up onto my toes with my tummy muscles contracted, my nose is still moving in front of my hands, I'm going to come down and push up, again without locking out my elbows. Down here, push up, okay? What I don't want to do is sort of touch the floor here, or arch my back as I'm coming up, or be here. I often see people trying them on their toes and doing something like this, or they're only coming up and down a few centimetres. You want a 90-degree bend at your arms and pushing up from there. So that's your full press up. Now there are all sorts of extra things you can do to make a press up more difficult. Narrow arms and different leg positions. We're not going to be looking at any of them in the course of this programme. So there are your 3 options, your box, your 3/4 and your full press up. Give them a go. Remember to keep those tummy muscles contracted the whole time.